And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Redcap Ruckus. Redcap Ruckus, oh man, folks, this reminds me so much. If you live in America, we have this place called Chuck E. Cheese or Dave & Buster's, or even just at an amusement park where there's an arcade. And you can drop a quarter in these things, and it will fall in and land on a pile of coins. And then the machine pushes them out, and possibly some quarters will fall off the edge. You're hoping that they do, and they just get caught up in there. That's what this is, Redcap Ruckus. You have these poker chips, and you're putting them on the side of this big mushroom, or this flat board here, and you're going to be pushing them until they fall off the edge. Other people's, and that's it. That's the whole game. There's a few rules other than that. Let me show you. The game is very simple. You're going to take this table and build it and put it like this. And each player is going to get a bunch of chips of their color. On each player's first turn, they have to put out their champion. And when you put out a chip, you're going to put it on the board, and you're going to just put it here, pushing it with one finger until it gets to the edge. And then it's on the board. And then the next person is going to push their chip on the board. Well, actually, they would put their champion out first. Each person has a champion. That's more points for everybody else. And then the next player. Now, I'm just kind of throwing them on the board here, but you're actually not allowed to put your finger over the edge. You push them on. After that, you can put them on any way you want, just again, pushing them. Now, each of the chips has different things. You have your champion here, and if you knock off someone else's champion, you're going to get extra points. But you also have boring old fighting gnomes. So these are just 1 point if someone knocks them off. You'll notice that yellow put on the twins there. Twins are worth nothing on their own, but if you knock off two of them, you'll get extra points. You have the leaping gnome. When you put him on, you can also use a twig, or actually up to 3 twigs, to push him. And the whole point of this game is to knock other people off, or to knock off the crystal in the middle. And players will be taking turns putting the chips on, trying to knock off the opponent. And just like those coin machines, eventually something is going to fall. Oh, come on, knock off a blow. Yep, yeah! And that's how it works. You're going to keep going until the great crystal falls off, or if everyone's played all their gnomes. If you knock off the great crystal, you get 6 points. 5 points for each champion gnome that you knock off. A point for each fighter gnome. 1 twin is worth nothing, but if you knock off both twins, then you get 6 points. Vaulters are worth a point. There's a grumpy gnome who's having a bad attitude. The grumpy gnome, if you knock them off, you lose a point. And if you knock off your own stuff, you lose a point, or 3 points if you knock off your own twins. Component-wise, it's fine. I really like these little boxes here that you can put all the chips in. And so inside the box cover here, you have these spots to put the different twin things in. The poker chips themselves are pretty good quality. They are pretty much, they feel the exact same as if you've ever played Splendor, that quality. The only weakness in quality is the actual table itself. You want to make sure this is down and sitting firm, but it's really easy when you're putting it on to rattle the table. So we actually would hold the base when we put stuff on, just to make sure it doesn't come off. It's a little fiddly, I think, that way. But other than that, it's fine. And also, I should mention, I really wish these gnomes on them had some indication like they were worth 1 point or 5 points. Or, you know, Grumpy Dwarf is the one that shows, you know, this is the Grumpy Dwarf. But the fact that he's minus 1 point, I would have just put that on it. So it's great artwork, and the poker chips are high quality. I just wish this table was a little bit better quality. I initially played this with my kids, and I'm glad I did, because I'm just going to say this is a kid's game. I don't really see that this is a game for adults too much. I don't mind this style of games. In fact, WizKids made a game similar to this several years ago where there was cube animals and you threw them in, you were trying to knock other cube animals in holes, and this has that same feel to it. The problem with this one is there's not any real skill here. Maybe you're good at pushing a chip onto another round chip and making that other round thing go the direction you want to. But I've yet to see anybody who could. You just put a chip on and see what happens. And the game has some wonky rules, like the twins are worth 6 points. So why would I ever put them on the board early? There's no benefit to me getting them on the board so that you can knock both of them off. I might put one on just to mess with you, but I'm not going to put both on. And so I don't know, if just pushing the chips on, trying to knock other people's chips off, it's a good idea. And it works well for kids. I just don't see that adults are going to get that much of a kick out of it. I found it to be, meh, I played it. I was like, it was amusing. But I don't want to buy a game that I'm just going to play one time like that. And I didn't have any desire to do more of it. My kids were more amused by it, and I could see it's something I stick on the kids' shelf for them to play. So if that Chuck E. Cheese machine got you interested, you want to put the quarters in and push them down, you know what I'm talking about. If you're fascinated by that, you might like this. Or if you just like games with poker chips. Again, this is a testament to WizKids continually upping your quality. I like how the game looks, the poker chips, it all comes together pretty well. So there you go. Redcap Ruckus, I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time. Dice Tower Judgment, kid approved.